These are the most bizarre and freakiest weather events ever recorded. Starting off our list of the most bizarre events, we have lightning that instead of striking the ground, shoots even higher into the sky. In Texas in August 2020, a series of red lightning bolts illuminated the entire sky for fractions of a second, creating incredible branching structures in the sky. And no, it wasn't a new season of Stranger Things. It was an event known as lightning sprites, associated with very intense thunderstorms, which can cause electrical discharges from the top of a cumulonimbus cloud and travel up to 50 miles upward. These discharges are so powerful that in 2015, even astronauts on NASA's International Space Station managed to observe and photograph this event. But Texas isn't the only place with freaky weather, because in the same year in 2020, California experienced a weather event so wild that it combines two extreme events: a fire and a tornado known as a fire-nado. Yeah, a freaking tornado made out of fire. This destructive fire monster appears when an area of land extremely hot due to a fire expels a column of hot air into the sky. This caused the fire to rise more than 1,000 feet, spin, and accelerate at speeds up to 60 miles an hour, further increasing its destructive power. But fire tornadoes can be even more massive and deadly. In 2018, a fire-nado reached speeds of over 143 miles per hour, equivalent to an EF3 tornado, reaching a peak temperature of 2,700 degrees Fahrenheit. Fortunately, they usually don't last more than a few minutes, but you probably won't find a hotter place on Earth than the Sahara Desert, a true hell during the day. But in 2018, the Sahara Desert experienced something truly bizarre: snowfall. Although it is known that nights in the desert are really cold, during this day the temperature went from 136 degrees Fahrenheit to only 28 degrees in the early morning. I hope they took their snow coats to the desert. This rare event was caused by a combination of cold air from Europe and moisture from the Mediterranean, and resulted in a light dusting of snow that covered the sand dunes in a surreal white blanket. Damn! Is that a penguin? So, for a while the Sahara got a bit cold, sure, but at least it's not as bad as a giant hailstorm. On June 13th, 2020, Calgary was hit by one of the most severe hailstorms in its history. During the storm, hailstones the size of tennis balls rained down on the city, causing devastating damage. The sky quickly darkened, and in just a few minutes, roofs, windows, and vehicles were destroyed, and it left thousands of people without power. The scale of destruction was staggering. Damage estimates are around 1.2 billion Canadian dollars. Residents found houses and cars destroyed, and crops also suffered heavy losses. Insurance companies received more than 70,000 claims, and the government declared the event a natural disaster. The 2020 Calgary hailstorm was a reminder of the challenges we face because of nature, but hold your breath, because you don't want to fill your lungs with sand with the next bizarre event, because at the end of November 2018, Australia was the scene of one of the most bizarre dust storms in its recent history. The day turned into night, and visibility was reduced to a few meters. Images of Sydney engulfed in a cloud of dust went viral, showing the magnitude of the event. The storm was the result of a combination of weather and climate factors. The hot, dry conditions, coupled with strong winds, lifted large amounts of dust from Australia's dry interior and carried it towards coastal areas. The dust storm was so intense that a thick cloud of dust covered an area the size of Spain. Even dust in the air significantly reduced air quality, causing respiratory problems and other health complications. Pretty crazy, huh? But this next one is even crazier, because the state of Kerala in southwestern India witnessed a strange and terrifying phenomenon: a blood rain. These unusual rains left people perplexed and alarmed, as the water falling from the sky dyed clothes, houses, and streets red. The locals believed that the rain was a sign of divine wrath, while others thought it was a harbinger of the end times. But scientists later determined that the rain was only red due to spores from a type of algae. That didn't stop people from freaking out, though. But in 2006, the phenomenon came back again, and when scientists performed an analysis, it was found that some of the cells in the blood rain might have an extraterrestrial origin. Well, blood rain or aliens messing with us? I don't know what could be stranger than that, but in 2018, the United Kingdom experienced an unusual and surprising weather event known as thundersnow. This phenomenon combines a snowstorm with thunder and lightning, creating an impressive and rare spectacle. The thundersnow occurs when a thunderstorm develops in winter conditions, causing a mix of heavy snow and electrical activity. Oh man, my umbrella isn't going to survive this. It was caused by a combination of a mass of cold air from the Arctic known as the Beast from the East, which encountered Storm Emma, bringing with it moisture and creating the perfect conditions for this phenomenon. When the warm and humid air rose and encountered the mass of cold air, storm clouds capable of producing lightning and thunder formed even as snow fell. But while thundersnow is rare, wait until you see the last 3 events on our list, because in February 2021, Texas was hit by an unprecedented cold snap that left the state in chaos and a humanitarian crisis. Temperatures fell to historically low levels, with records down to negative 0.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and snow and ice covered much of the state. What began as a typical cold spell turned into an unprecedented climate emergency, leaving millions of people without heating amid extreme cold, leading to desperate situations and tragic losses. This historic event was caused by a polar vortex that brought freezing temperatures to the state and sadly resulted in over 200 deaths. The storm also caused major disruptions to agriculture, transportation, industry, and frozen water pipes caused the breakdown of drinking water and sewage systems, leaving entire communities without access to clean and safe water. But if you think extreme cold is terrifying, imagine an army of tornadoes, because during the spring and summer of 2011, the Great Plains of the United States were hit by a series of supercell thunderstorms, severe storms characterized by their destructive potential and their ability to produce catastrophic tornadoes. But this time, it was even worse, as the supercell produced over 1,000 tornadoes. The supercell thunderstorms of 2018 left a trail of loss and despair. Many lives were lost, families were displaced, and entire communities were left in ruins. Material damage was estimated in the billions of dollars, with critical infrastructure destroyed and agricultural fields devastated, severely affecting the region's economy. It produced several EF5 tornadoes, the most powerful category on the enhanced Fujita scale. But not as scary as this last weather event, because during the spring of 2020, a stunning dust storm rose from the Sahara Desert in Africa and traveled thousands of kilometers over the Atlantic to the Caribbean and parts of North America. Nicknamed Godzilla due to its size and scale, this dust storm was one of the largest and densest recorded in decades. This cloud was so large, it was visible from space, and it caused hazy skies and breathing problems for millions of people. The dust cloud also had some surprising benefits, such as fertilizing the Amazon rainforest and suppressing hurricane formation in the Atlantic. So, hey, not all bad then. At least it wasn't raining blood. The cloud was so gigantic that it affected migratory birds, and air and maritime navigation faced challenges due to almost zero visibility. Without a doubt, nature has incredible power. If you survive these top extreme weather events, we recommend you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos.